Okay, we're back. Video 2 here. I'm going to work on doing some coloring on vehicles or tools, implements, whatever you want to call it. Although this may look complicated to some, this is actually a lot easier than FS17. Most of the parts in FS17 you had to go into the specular image and mess with them to make them look right, or you get some bleed through on the color. But there's been some pretty cool things on 17 here as far as the way they call out the color, and then also the specular files are done either different, or and that's some of the texturing things have got to come out yet. When that comes along, maybe I'll do a tutorial on that. But first off, too, before I forget, and I was going to do this before I got in the stream, a really helpful file here. I've got to find it, unfortunately. Like I said, I didn't think before I got on here. Right here, brand colors. So go to your data and shared, and there's the brand colors. I really suggest you take this and you copy it out. So don't move it, copy it. This is a really good, if you really want to get customized on your vehicles and implements, you can just, for example, search John Deere. There's John, and this tells you, hey, there's John Deere green, John Deere yellow. Now these numbers used to be very important, and I think even at FS15, but FS17 you had to customize, put these colors in, customize them. But the cool thing now is you can just call them out by the actual color here. So like we're messing with this. I always mess up the brand names. Yeah. So you've got beige, beige 1, color red 1, yellow, green, green 1, orange. So you have all these different colors, and then I haven't dug. There's like a shared as well. So here's all the shared colors. I don't know where the pink comes in, because there is it's using a brand name, but I think there's actually like pink and there's silver. But anyway, not to dig too much into this, I just wanted to kind of show you that's a really good cheat sheet to look at. So let's go ahead and close this for now, because we're not really going to have to worry about that, because most of the colors we're going to be using is going to be in the piece of equipment that I started yesterday. So excuse me again, fighting that today. So basically this is what we did yesterday. We made this sower, we customized it just a little bit, and the only bad thing is in that video I did not go in and buy it to show you there's no errors, but that's something else that maybe I can do another video on alone. That would be like a 5-second video actually, but it did buy and there's no errors in the log. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and open this XML up to get started. We don't need anything in the mod, the script. But basically, if you scroll all the way down, I know where to look. We're going to go ahead and scroll anyway. You see how you have hubs, and we'll get into, see here's rim color. We'll get into some of that as well. But what we really want to see is we'll keep on scrolling down. And like I said, I know how to control F and search what I want, but where we get into the good stuff for color is base material. See how it's calling these colors out? And we're going to show how to figure these out as well. But okay, I'm going to show you. I have a couple of cheat sheets I can use because I've already done some coloring, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I kind of had to figure it out, and then later on in the video I'll show you what NCRaiders helped me out with. But what we'll do is we'll go into game, and we're going to find a vehicle that's colorable, and that'll get us a start. That's always the trick. If you don't know something or you're trying to figure something out, best thing you can do is just start digging in, study. The best thing you can do is study other XMLs that you know works a certain way you want to work. So apologize for my throat today. I don't know what to do. I guess I need to chug some water. It's getting bad. So we're just going to go into the store. I'm pretty sure the in-game trucks, I can't remember. Let's just grab this Warrior, I think is what I looked at. So yeah, see how this guy has color. Now the cool thing too is, and I started writing all these bits down, so I can't remember if I determined this is 1 and this is 32, or if this is 0 and 31. It didn't really matter, because you can call out the names. Now you get into these pinks and crimsons, then you would, I guess, need to know the bit rather than putting the actual RGB numbers. You could just do bits. But let's see here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out. We know this is a lizard warrior now. Trying to find this guy could be interesting, but let's go ahead and close the game out. Make sure I remember to turn my monitor capture on, or you'll be seeing black screen. So we're gonna go data, vehicles, go under lizard, and then I'm just gonna try it this way. Yeah, see, it's not. If I remember right, trying to find this truck was a little fun, but I think it was this guy. And sometimes you get stuck with the generic brand names, and you got to really get creative. But truck large. Nope, that's a Roadrunner. So we're gonna play the old search game. Guess you should probably do your homework before you start doing this stuff, huh? That's the Canatrans. Truck small. I don't believe that's going to be it either. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we have the warrior. So what I can do is, I know on this guy I started finding these color under this base material, so I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna get rid of this. We're not getting distracted by. Oops, that was the one I want, right? So let's close that. We're gonna go ahead and move to other view. I'm going to click over here. We're going to Control F to find, Control V, so it's base material, hit next. Now as you can see, got some cool little things down here. This is actually base material configurations. This is the color index I was talking about. Now I did find you don't actually need this because I'm going to add a line in down here. So now where I found that I cannot remember. I'll have to dig into that, but I'll show you what you do need because I already know. I think I actually kind of looked at some stuff from last year. Yeah, that's what I'll maybe bring that up and kind of show you. Things are named a little different, so it's a little confusing there. But what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this. Control C. Going to come over here, put it in the same location as it is there. Control V. Now, this is where you have to start using your head a little bit. Okay, obviously you're not going to want trucks material and color material 0. But this is where it's pretty cool how it comes in, because it's obviously using material name and then it's using the shader parameter. You're given the shader parameter right here, so you already know all that info. But material name is basically right here. So we're going to grab this material, Control C, we're going to paste it there. We're going to make this price a little more affordable. Let's make it 50. Use default colors true. And like I said, we're going to get rid of this for now. This is basically, you could just say, hey, I want bit number 0 through 32 that I was talking about, but we're going to get rid of that for now because I'm going to manually put the color in. Get rid of that one as well. Now we have the material. Now you have to kind of look here. See how they're all green and then you have an orange. So we want to grab everything that's green, and then we're also going to get creative, and we'll just start with a basic color. We're going to leave this one orange for now, but then I'll show you, hey, we can actually go in and add a secondary color, and that's where we'll get the orange. If you don't want this guy to turn green, then you don't put him in this base material section. We're going to do a secondary color. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this line, and I'm going to just paste it 2 more times like so, and then we're just going to grab material 1, put it here. We're going to grab material 3, put it here, and we're going to get into that color material node a little later on as well. So let's go ahead. That should make this guy colorable. We're going to go ahead and make sure we're in the test folder, not in the game, and hit save. I'm going to open the game up. And this will show why we'll have to do something as well to fix it, and that's why this is actually made a good tutorial. This is one of the first vehicles I tried to mess with. I'm like, oh, this sucks, I can't get it all to change, but we're going to show how to do that. Alright, in the game we go. So we're going to go ahead, go to our tools, we're going to go down to cedars, and scroll all the way over. And there it is. We're going to go ahead and open this guy up. As you can see, because I didn't choose a bit, it already went to the first one, which is white. And the way, like I said, I figured that out is, like I said, there's your first. See how it's got it selected. and so on. So first thing I want to show though is, see how we have a little bit of an issue here. So the orange obviously is orange, that's not a big deal. And these discs, I'll get into that, and I haven't looked into changing them yet, but these discs don't have the color mask on them, and that's what will be shown in GE in a little bit as well. But see how we have these green parts, and the reason, my theory on that is, and I know by the material name, see how they have the holes in them, so they're using like an alpha material. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in to GE and we're going to play around a little bit, and we're going to find that part and then find a material, and we're going to put that into XML. So like I said, we do have the machine all white, but we want to fix these little issues that we have here, and I believe that even is an alpha. So we do have color, but let's get in and fix this. In fact, let's go ahead and, better yet, let's buy it, make sure we don't have any errors. I've got the controls, the console controls, and that's easy to find on the internet as well, how to activate that. You just basically hit your caret next to 1 to actually see it, but you have to go in your game settings and activate it. So I don't see anything right off the bat when we bought that. I'm not going to save this game. I'm just going to go ahead and go back out and make and also confirm we don't have any errors, which once again, quick and easy way to do that is if you have the good old mod folder selector, which I gave a link to in the first video. You can just hit log, and then we're going to go error, nothing. Warning will just be the map warning they have. Oh yeah, and the multi-zip warning you get, which is not a big deal. This is a map error that Giants has to fix. Good for them. Okay, so back at what we're trying to do here. I've already got this guy open up. What we're going to do is, the biggest trick I try to do in Giants Header, if I'm trying to find a part, what you do is you back out. Obviously when you have the top thing, or top transform selected, everything's going to be highlighted, but I want to find that part highlighted so I can start trying to figure out where it's at, because that's the biggest trick here, is figuring out where the heck it's at. So we got attachable, moving parts, so there we have it highlighted again. So we're going to come on down, we're going to mainframe, or frame main. Okay. We only need, that's the other thing we're going to find, is we only need one part that matches the other parts because it shares materials. A little more in depth there, but that's just a simple fact. You know, this guy here looks just like that, so there's a 95% chance they're going to use the same material. So we're just going to kind of zoom in here, and we're going to start kind of going through these transforms to see when we get that single part highlighted, or you know, as minimum as we can. So we're just going to keep on going down through. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Just keep on going. At this point, you're going, man, where's this at? You know, now this kind of looks like it is, but as you can see, it's got everything else highlighted. So this isn't really what we want. Now you could do the same thing and pull this out and look, but obviously there's no lines around that. So we're going to go ahead and go on down again. So that's decals, and bam, here we go. Mainframe, visible, transparent. That's why I said you want to start looking for like alpha or transparents when it comes to this kind of thing. I think this part up here, I haven't even looked to see if the one I edited, if that guy's color, but it may take care of it when we do this. Now, we're about a third of the way there. Now what we have to do is, number one, we need a material name. So there's our material, and we could type that out, or I'm going to show another way you can actually go in and copy it. It's a little safer that way you don't misspell something. But then what we need to do is we need to determine, when I was talking about material, the color material nodes. So this basically is the different, in this single material they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different parts basically using different RGB numbers. And like I said, the nice thing is we have a cheat sheet. We don't really have to worry about this, but what I am going to do is I'm going to cheat right now. I'm going to start at color material 0, and I'm going to go in here and just put a 1. And as soon as I put that 1 in, see how this guy changes to a different color? It's like a red, which is RGB, so it makes sense that 1 would make it really red. But we're going to really, say you can't find that part, we're going to go ahead, go in here and hit 1, which goes yellow, and once again hit 1, and it'll turn it white. So then you can kind of, if you're still having trouble, you can kind of go around the machine and go, okay, what did I just change here? Because I haven't even went through to find all these. I did the horse plow, and there's little tiny bolts that were white, and I couldn't tell until I got in the game. So anyway, we know we want this part, we want this material, And something else we're going to want to note is this index path. So first off, we're going to go back to the XML. I'm going to pull this off screen for now. And we're going to kind of look here, okay, so they're calling out, here's your base material, and then here's your actual material. So we're going to grab this, since we know they're calling that material this way. We're going to Control C, and hit Enter, go home, Control V. Now right now, from what I remember and what I'm telling you, it's just basically one part we need to mess with right now. So we're going to go ahead and hit Delete. Now the cool thing is the color's already in there, so we're not going to have to mess with that. But to find that material, to actually copy and paste it in, you can actually kind of help yourself. Being as transparent, I had a pretty good idea it was going to be alpha, but if you come in and you go here, you can see that this is looking for alpha parts to fuse, and you can actually click here, do the same thing, hit End. It's basically telling you alpha parts to fuse. So what I did, and I was trying a way of doing this without having to use Giants Editor because it's kind of iffy out there right now, is that I went into the actual, I'm going to have to bring it up again, I think I closed it, went into the actual equipment, the vehicles, it's there, here, and I want to edit with Notepad. So I kind of looked through these parts and I go, okay, right there, alpha the fuse. So I looked at file ID, copied that, Control F, Control V, find next, and right there, this tells me material name. It's using that texture. So I know this is the material I want. And like I said, the alpha is kind of a dead giveaway. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and copy that material name, go back into the XML we're working with. I'm going to go ahead and paste it into the material name. Now base note, this is where I got really messed up. I put like, where is this base note? I was getting all kinds of errors, and this is where NCRaiders was a good help. He went further down in XML, which I didn't think about, and showed me something. But what we're going to do is we're going to find, when it says base node, it's kind of like FS19 where you have to know the node you want to change color. But the cool thing, like I said, once again, it's going off material, so it's just looking at one item, and it's going to affect the rest of them as well. So basically the node we're looking at is this frame main visible transparent. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this name, get that off screen. We're going to put him there. Alright, now we're going to scroll on down and see how they have this i3D mappings. I'm going to pick one that has more than one. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's grab this guy, copy him, and go ahead and add a line. I'm going to paste that in. Now once again, we need the name of that node, which I forgot I already copied, so we're going to grab, once again, we just come back over here, Control C, back over here, Control V, that's the name, the main, or the frame main, I keep calling it mainframe, which would make more sense, frame main visible transparent, which is what we have here. But then we need to give it the node, the actual number, and this is the first time I've actually seen the old nodes pop in. So we're going to come back over. Sorry for swiping back and forth, but it's just easier than trying to put all this on one screen. So here is that index path that we want. We're just going to Control C on that guy, pull him back over again, and we're just going to delete this node out and then Control V to paste it in. Now we're calling that part, that material, down here, and we're telling it, hey, we want to mess with this material with that the color material number as well, and we want it to be the star green. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. But then once again, we come down and we got to make sure that we add it into the base materials down here as well, like we did this other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this last line and drop down, Control V. So we want to once again come up and grab this material name, Control C. We're going to paste it right there, and then you have to remember, okay, we got to call that material, that's the actual color material node that we want. So we're going to copy that. We're going to paste it here as well. Make this look a little better. It lines them up, doesn't play as many tricks with your eyes. If I didn't have to mute and clear my throat constantly, we'd be able to get through this faster. Sorry about that. So now that part should change. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. So we basically called the material out, showed you how to get the material name, how to get where the base node is, and then like I said, you had to add it in down here. And like I said, you have to make sure you add the part here as well, or it's not going to change the color. So we're going to go ahead and save him. Open the game. And we're going to start. Okay. I think I've got a tracker there, but I didn't buy it and cape it, so we're going to go ahead and go back into the store, Cedars, grab this guy. Like I said, it is all white, but see right away, bam, we have all our parts white, and that was part of the alpha material, so that's cool. That changed this time as well. So now we have a fully white material. Now my Steam's going to go off. It's annoying, sorry. So we'll go ahead, just to prove it, go ahead and buy this guy. Yes. Okay. As you can see, we have a fully white machine. Oops. I should grab my controller and jump out and kind of look at it a little bit. Like I said, cool thing, I don't have any of the bleed through or anything like that, so let's second here, guys. Apologize. Let's see if I can stop this. Alright. So that is that. Now we're going to get into the secondary color. We're going to make them tanks up there, and actually NC had a good idea. He told me, man, he thinks it'd look good if you made the color of the walkway the same as the tank. So I think I'm going to show how to do that. But let's, first thing, while I'm in the game, which I was talking about before, we need to figure out how to get a secondary color. And I know in FS19, I keep wanting to say 19, the way they did that was like a design. So we're going to go in, I'm pretty sure, I know that they do it with these slurry tanks. So these Garants here, I know this guy right here, main color. See how they have a design white color? That's just for the labels, but like I said, I was pretty sure they use design in FS17, and I could look at, I think, my harvester to kind of confirm that. But go back to monitor. So if I bring up my harvester that I had, which is BD harvester, where you at? Right there. I bring up this guy, and I go Control F, design. Well, that's not showing me exactly what I want. So there's base color, and there's, yeah, design color. Okay, so that's where I got the idea of design color. But I think I end up copying a line. 19. Oh, let's get into. So there's that guy. I'll go data. We're gonna go to vehicles. Where is coat? And it is the TSA, I believe. I'm gonna open him up. We're gonna go base material, just to kind of get down and see and this is another one you could use the color on as well, but it's not there. So we're gonna go design. Oh, it's right there in front of me. So what I did is, I'm pretty sure I copied this line. I don't need all of that. Control C. I'm going to get rid of that. But see how it's design color configuration? That's how I got the idea. And then we're going to actually keep this here too, because this comes handy as well. So we're going to go back. Let's get this off screen. So we're going to go right under base materials, and there's probably a correct way to keep these. I like to keep all the color stuff, all the editable, you know, when it comes to design and everything in the same location. But we're going to paste that in, and we're going to go design material configuration. So I'm just going to copy this, paste that there, paste that there, and we're going to get rid of this info, and we're going to grab that alpha part, copy, paste. We want to grab from this on out as well, Control C, Control V, so that way it matches the base material configurations. You know what I was talking about is I want to do, I know that it's saying orange, so I'm pretty sure it's got to be at tanks, and I know it because I've already messed with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to, once again, let's copy one of these so we don't have to mess with the it's color material 4. So let's just copy this guy, add a line in here, paste it in, and once again we're wanting that material because that's the orange, and then we're wanting this color material. So back to here, Control V. So this should change the platform that we were messing with, and it should change the tanks. Should. Now what we're going to do as well, while we're in here, I'm going to add a line here. I'm going to add a line here. And it goes back to, I knew I could do customizable colors this way, and you didn't have the bit up here. So I kind of used this as a cheat sheet. But what I did is, I think, let's see here. Yeah, let's just copy that line. In fact, that's design. Well, either way, it just gives me that way I don't know I won't mess up the coding as bad if I at least start with something. So we're gonna say no, I'm trying to remember. Design color configuration. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go design, Control C, Control V. I'm gonna get rid of this S, and in color I want these guys to be the orange, so I'm just gonna come up, you can use that cheat sheet I was talking about that we found in the data files, but I'm just gonna grab this orange, Control C, and I'm gonna delete these numbers, paste that in there. I'm gonna grab this line. If it doesn't work, I know I can go and cheat off my other one. I'm pretty sure this is how I figured this out. And we want this guy by default to pop up as the green. So we can come in here, Control C, Control V, and make it green. And once again, like I said, if you want to use another color, you just bring up that cheat sheet I was showing you that I copied out. Bring up the brand color, and just, hey man, I want this thing to be Deutz or Deutz, I don't know how to pronounce it, John Deere. You would just search for John Deere and then double click on this, copy it, and paste it right into this area. So basically the main machine should be green, and then our secondary parts, which I did it backwards, Control C, Control D, Control C, Control V. Okay, so our main part of the machine should be green, and the secondary part should be orange. Go ahead and save this to confirm. Let's get rid of that window. Open up the game. What I'll do is I'll get into the rim stuff in another video so I can wrap this up and upload it. Let's confirm I didn't mess anything up. So cedars, scroll on over, it's still there, that's a good sign. And for some reason the main color didn't take. I must have messed something up because it's still showing white. But this one is orange, so I'll have to figure out what I did there. But as you can see, when you hit that, the yellow, it's changed the platform and the tank's yellow. Main color, I'm not sure what I did, so let's go back and take a look. Let's see, use default colors. Oops, I don't have my monitor on. Oh, I know why. Design material, configuration, base material, that's why. Okay, we'll get it right. So what happens, you start copying and pasting, you have to make sure like you don't want to leave these S's in there either. Okay, that was simple enough. See, it's a good thing I made a mistake so I can show you how to fix it. That's what Dodging It always says, Dave. It's a good thing when I mess up. I'll show you how to fix up the mess up. I've noticed on 19 it won't throw warnings and errors as quick as it would. Usually you get an error right away saying, hey, this is why it's messed up, which hopefully, you know, maybe they'll update some things. Cedars, scroll on down. There we go. So then that does look better. Like I said, NC knows what he's talking about. It gives it a little better contrast. So your tanks change. So if we go white, kind of extreme to show you a little more. Kind of some guards will turn white, and the tanks are the main thing, and then like I said, our platform. So it does look pretty cool. Really a good old favorite. Support your cancer victims. Fight the cancer. And so on. So that is it on that. All that I can think of. Like I said, we'll do another one on how to do the hub and the rims. I want to get this cut up before my alarm goes off and I have to get out of here. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. This is going to be the same color as the yeah, can't talk. Is the alpha I was talking about, because it has a hole in it, which is not a big deal. So yeah, I'll get this posted. It'll be on my Discord as well in a shortcut. Hopefully this was helpful. Have any questions, always feel free to contact me in my Discord. You can go to my website and click on contact or my Discord there. So that's it for this video number 2. We will catch you guys later.